Hey everybody, it's Roshi Ball, you guys. I just like doing this hairdo whenever I have braids. I like doing this hairdo. It's called Whatever Be. That's what it's called, Whatever Be. Got some good news today. I start my new job on Monday, which is great. Oh, shoot. Great. And I'm super happy about it. This is the only way I know my phone can really set up like it's supposed to. I guess not, whatever. Anyway, back to the lecture at hand. And I got some good news today. Actually, we both did. Finding out that I get to work and my new job on Monday. And okay, this is what I'm really having a problem with, you guys. When it comes to something that we really want, okay, and we make sure that whatever information, like for instance, my sister and I, we're trying to get a house. Okay, we're trying to get a house. We need so much freaking information. And we're thinking, let's send everything all at once just in case. We don't want to leave no stones unturned. We don't want to have to go back and backtrack, do nothing. Let's just give everything all at once. Let's not only give what she's asking for, let's give her more than what she's asking, so that way she can check all the information, credit check, background check, fingerprints, criminal, whatever check, have we been evicted, let's just send her everything that we got. There's always something that's missing that this person either want us to resend, or certain numbers for job verifications or references that she didn't get, we have to resend that. And it's like, what the F is the hold up now? That's how I feel. And I'm frustrated right now. And I just got to encouraging my sister about, I don't think God is going to allow us to go through disappointment after disappointment after disappointment, because after all, he still wants us to believe in him and trust in him, right? Right? So why would he give us a disappointment again? I was blessed to start my new job down there on Monday. So why wouldn't he give us a place that'll be ready this weekend so we can move this weekend and take care of all of that? I don't think God is going to allow us to go through disappointment, especially after a huge hope buildup, and all of a sudden we get disappointed again. And then I can see why some people just don't rely on God. I don't want to ever get there. And people take matters into their own hands because they're tired of waiting. And they want to know when. They need a right now answer. They need you to do some right now work. God, you know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but sometimes I do talk to God, and I do have my little prayers, and I walk away like, I said that. I don't get disrespectful. Of course, I don't curse him out or nothing like that, but I let him know, look, if you want us to know you exist, we're tired of dealing with all this disappointment after disappointment after disappointment, whether you got dumped, lost your job, the house you wanted you can't get, people acting a fool with you for no reason on your job, people treating you like crap, people in apartments or whatever, raising a rent knowing that it's the COVID and you can't afford it. And then it's back and forth stimulus crap, which I'm not even leaning on that, because they can't make up their minds whether they're going to do it or not. Stop teasing us. Stop dangling a piece of meat in front of our face knowing that we're fasting and we can't have it. Stop it. So I don't think God is going to allow us to go through any more disappointment than we've already been through. I'm not going to have another disappointment, because I still want to keep believing in God. I still want to keep trusting in God. I still want to rely on him and depend on him. So he will not let us be disappointed again, especially knowing what we've all been through individually and collectively. People have their own struggles. They have their things that they're going through that they want God to rescue them from, or if we have to deal with it, instead of God rescuing us from it, he can help us, give us strength and peace to deal with it, to where we won't lose our minds like I feel like I'm doing now. And that's just my frustration that I'm getting with. It's like, I'm afraid to be happy. And my sister said the same thing. And now I'm starting to feel that, what else do we need? What is going on? How many more papers or bank statements or job references or credit checks or check stubs do we need to send this person? What do we need to do in order to be in a place to where we can finally go, now we can take our wigs off and let these Leroy from Fame braids breathe? When are we going to get to that place to where we're there? When? Doing all we could do. We were not able to move right on the 1st of August, but it's kind of leaning towards the beginning of August still, which is great. But we're hoping to hear something either today or early in the morning tomorrow, if not Thursday, and that's all I'm going to give it. If not, Friday, if we don't hear nothing, we got to make some phone calls. What's going on? This is where I feel, what's the hold up? What else do you need? You want our fingerprints? You want to see our faces again? You want to give us a lie detector test or something? And this is definitely not the game of life. The game of life is easy, and you can quit that anytime you want. But this that we're living in, they don't tell you that about the game of life, that people get so stressed out over rent. People get so stressed out. This is definitely not the game of life. The game of life, you can quit anytime. But to actually live a real life, I'm starting to really adult and know what adulthood is all about. Let me just let y'all know, just because I'm a legal adult, it doesn't mean sometimes you're grown. Or just because I'm legally grown doesn't mean that I'm an adult. But this, what I'm going through now, I can see what people have to go through when it comes to getting a house or getting a car or getting an apartment. They have to go through all of this background check. They want to know, how well are you able to pay for things on time? They want to know, have you ever have a history of, whatever this? Have you ever had a criminal background of that? Have you ever been arrested, evicted? Have you ever gotten into a car crash, lost your license? Have you ever drove drunk before? All these things people want to know to get a car, to get a house, to get this, to get that. But they don't tell you these things in the game of life. You see what I'm saying? They make things look so easy when it's just a game. But when you're really living in it, it's like people cry. They go home from work, they cry. They have a hard day at work, they cry. They're wondering what the heck is the hold up. They want to get out of a certain place at a certain time. And God knows that this is just not a need for me. This is a need for my sisters, for my nephews, for my mom, to be closer to family. So that when we have these holiday gatherings or gatherings period, we'll be closer to them. And my sister don't have to drive from the valley to Timbuktu, Egypt just to go spend time. And then she's tired of driving. She has to keep her eyes open on the road. Luckily, I don't want to say luckily, but unfortunately, I can't drive. Or I would say, let me just drive back so you can at least go to sleep. That's where I want to get to. But if living down here in the valley, you can't do that. Nowadays, you can't even have a roommate because things are so high. Because you got the rent that's being raised. You got, people who have their car notes and other things they need to pay. They probably need to pay off student loans, their own credit cards, pay their mom and their daddy back for the tuition that they didn't, or whatever the case is. People got their own stuff. And all I'm asking is, can something go smoothly for once? I need to keep holding on. I'm trying to keep holding on. I'm trying to keep my belief. I don't want my faith to waver. But God, you got to come through this time. Like, seriously, that's where I'm at, dog. That's where I'm at. Because it's getting really frustrating. What else do we need? And in my mind, I'm thinking, what the F is the hold up? How much information do this person need? She met us in person. She saw our vibe. She even lingered and stayed around to talk to my sister about Kaiser or something like that. And she kept saying how nice we were. And because we don't conduct ourselves going into some establishment, telling my son, hey, I'm sitting over here, like, wait. And if my sister is over there, I'm going to go to her and talk to her. I'm not going to be like, hey, yo, Nene, come here. I'm not going to do all that because this is a place of business. Even when you're at a hotel, even when you're in the lobby of an apartment complex, it's still a place of business because ain't nobody doing all that over here. Wait till the office closed down. Then you can come to the rec room. You can play pool, watch TV, kind of laugh, go have a few drinks and be like, then respectfully go back up to your apartment and lay down. Do it again the next day. So I'm trying to hold on. I'm trying to keep the peace. I'm trying to be faithful with my faith. I'm trying to believe in God. I don't want my faith to waver. But things are really happening to the point where, okay, God, how long? What's the hold up? Did this woman need our birth certificate? Does this woman want to know where we were born? Does she need the birth certificates from the hospital where we were born? Does she want to know the fingerprints of our toes? The toe prints? Does she want toe prints? Butt prints? I don't know. So it's always, I get frustrated as soon as we think we're giving the information. Let's just give her everything. Let's just give her even more than what she's asking for. It's always something that somebody needs in order to get that final step. So the final steps right now that we have to take is pretty much the rental leisure thing. So that way she can see how long we lived at a place and how well we're able to pay for everything. And were we consistent with our payments? And she also needs to do credit check, which I thought she already did that yesterday. So I'm assuming that she did the HR job history verification to see if I really work here, and to my sisters too. Next, I don't need no more holdups. So we better find out something. If not tomorrow, Thursday. Because I will call and email myself and ask her, what more do we need? Because we're trying to move in like this weekend. And that house that we're trying to move into is not going to be ready. She said like August 8th, 10th that we're looking at. So we like, okay, let's get a move on. Because what we want to do is make one smooth move over there. We don't want to keep going back and forth. One smooth move, that's it. And we can be up out of there. I'm just having a hard time with being patient. I'm having a hard time with waiting. And while I'm waiting, I know I need to be patient. And I don't want my faith to just linger away. What is the holdup? I want to find out some good news. What's going on? You know? That's all. I don't want to come to you guys being all frustrated, but I need to vent that out a little bit. And I just had to get that out before I finish my shift. I'm not able to start really right away because now that everybody's here back at work, there's pretty much nothing for everybody to do. And if I was to get started now, I'll finish early, and that's not, they don't want that. They don't want you to finish early because they're going to find something else for you to do, right? And so there's already 4 people in this 5-story building that I'm at. So I have to stay on the first floor. The other 2 that just came from being off, one is on the 5th and the 4th floor. The other one's on the 3rd and the 2nd, which is my area. And I have to stay down here on the 1st floor to help the other dude out, which I ain't got no problem with that. But I really have an issue. I don't know if you ever, custodians, y'all deal with that, or when you at an office, or anybody who subs in your area, you kind of keep on looking at them to make sure they put everything back the way you had it. You know, that's not the way I do that. I kind of put it like this. Instead of just, I don't know, I just have an issue with people working in my area because I'm always going to feel like something's going to be out of place. Something's not going to be put back where I had it. The mops and buckets and all that is not going to be hung up and turned over the way I have it or whatever. My supplies are going to be missing. Things are not going to be stacked up the right way in my janitor's closet. So after this shift, I'm going to check to see what's going on. Anyway, you guys, I got to go. It's almost time for my first break. I didn't even do anything because staff is still here and I can't do nothing while they're here. So that's what happens when everybody comes to work and there's nothing for nobody to do. But whatever. See y'all later.